You wouldn't build a house without a solid foundation, would you? Just like a house, every successful project starts with a strong base. This foundation ensures that everything built on top of it is stable and secure. The same goes for your DIY project. Whether it's a small home improvement task or a major renovation, the principles remain the same. A solid foundation is key. Building permits are not just red tape, they are a critical part of this foundation. They ensure that your project complies with local regulations and standards, and gives the contractor a set scope of work. They are essential for ensuring your project is safe, up to code, and won't cause problems down the line. Without them, you risk facing significant issues that could have been easily avoided. In South Florida, we know the importance of building strong. Our unique climate demands it. Hurricanes, heat, and humidity all put stress on our homes. These elements test the durability and resilience of our structures. That's why getting the proper permits is crucial. They are not just a formality but a necessity for ensuring the longevity and safety of your project. It's about protecting your investment, your family, and your neighbors. A well-built project benefits everyone in the community. Think of it like this: a permit is a stamp of approval. It signifies that your project has met all the necessary criteria. It means your project has been reviewed by experts and meets the necessary safety standards. Don't cut corners. Cutting corners can lead to costly repairs and potential hazards. Take the time to do things right. Follow the guidelines, get the necessary permits, and ensure every step is done properly. Your future self will thank you. A well-executed project brings peace of mind and lasting satisfaction. Getting a building permit in South Florida might seem daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the right information and a clear plan, you can navigate the process smoothly. Here's a simple breakdown of the general steps you need to follow to get your building permit approved. First, project planning. Before you even think about permits, you need a plan. What are you building? Is it a new home, an extension, or perhaps a commercial space? What materials will you use? The choice of materials can affect the type of permit you need. Detailed drawings and plans are essential. These documents will be scrutinized, so make sure they are accurate and comprehensive. Second, identify your jurisdiction. South Florida is made up of many different cities and counties, each with its own building codes and regulations. Each has its own specific rules and regulations. It's crucial to know which jurisdiction your project falls under. Figure out who you need to deal with based on your project's location. This will save you time and prevent unnecessary complications. Third, application time. Once you have your plans and know where to go, it's time to fill out those applications. Be thorough and accurate. Double-check all the information you provide. Any missing information can lead to delays. Incomplete applications are one of the most common reasons for permit rejections. Fourth, review and approval. Your application will be reviewed by the building department. This step can take some time, so be patient. They'll check to make sure everything meets code and is structurally sound. If there are any issues, you'll be notified and given a chance to make corrections. Lastly, permit issuance and fees. Once your project gets the green light, you'll pay the required fees and receive your permit. Keep this document safe, as you'll need it for inspections. Now the real work can begin. With your permit in hand, you can start your construction project with confidence, knowing you've met all the necessary requirements. Getting the permit process right means sweating the small stuff. Here are a few key details that can make or break your application. Contractor registration. Are you hiring a contractor? Make sure they are properly licensed and registered in the jurisdiction where you are building. Don't be afraid to ask for proof. Necessary documents. This can vary depending on your project, but be prepared to provide detailed drawings, structural calculations, energy efficiency reports, and proof of insurance. Evaluating project scope. The complexity of your project directly impacts the permit process. A simple bathroom remodel will be much easier than adding an entire room. Understand the scope of your project and the requirements involved. One of the biggest headaches in South Florida is navigating the different rules and regulations from one city or county to the next. Here's how to avoid getting stuck in permit purgatory. Do your research. Don't assume that what flies in Miami-Dade will work in Broward County. Check the specific requirements for your project's location. Local building departments are a great resource. Ask questions. When in doubt, ask. Building department staff are there to help. It's better to ask a silly question than to submit an incorrect application. Be patient. The permit process takes time. Don't expect things to happen overnight. Be prepared for potential delays and work with the building department to address any issues that arise. Section 5. The price of safety: understanding permit costs. Building permits aren't free, but they are a necessary investment. The cost of a permit varies depending on the size and scope of your project. Expect to pay application fees, plan review fees, and inspection fees. These fees help cover the cost of running the building department and ensuring your project is safe. For more complex projects, you'll need detailed architectural drawings and possibly engineering calculations. These need to be done by licensed professionals and can add to the overall cost. While it might be tempting to cut corners, remember that getting the proper permits protects you in the long run. It can increase your home's value and prevent headaches down the line. Section 6. The inspector is coming. Inspections and your project. Once you have your permit in hand, the work isn't over. Building inspectors play a crucial role in ensuring your project meets code and is safe. Throughout the construction process, you'll need to schedule inspections at various stages. This allows the inspector to verify that the work is being done correctly. When the inspector arrives, make sure the work site is accessible and that you have your permit and approved plans on hand. If the inspector finds any problems, don't panic. They will work with you to resolve the issue and bring your project up to code. Section 7. When time is of the essence, exceptions to the permit rule. In some emergency situations, you may be able to start work before obtaining a permit. This is particularly true when immediate action is necessary to protect life, health, or property. However, these exceptions are limited. They are typically reserved for situations where waiting for a permit would cause significant harm or danger. If your home is damaged by a storm or other unforeseen event, you may be able to make immediate repairs to prevent further damage. This can include actions like boarding up windows, covering a damaged roof, or removing hazardous debris. However, you will still need to obtain a permit for the work as soon as possible. The initial emergency work does not exempt you from following up with the proper documentation. Some minor repairs, such as replacing a broken window, fixing a leaky faucet, or other small maintenance tasks, may not require a permit. These are generally considered routine maintenance and do not impact the structural integrity or safety of the building. However, it's always best to check with your local building department to be sure. Regulations can vary widely depending on your location, and it's better to be safe than sorry. Trying to bypass the permit process altogether is a recipe for disaster. Unauthorized work can lead to serious consequences. It can lead to fines, legal issues, and even put your safety at risk. Always ensure you are in compliance with local building codes to avoid these pitfalls. Section 8. Licensed, bonded, and protected. The importance of hiring right. If your project is beyond your DIY skills, hiring a qualified contractor is essential. But not all contractors are created equal. Licensing matters. Make sure any contractor you hire is properly licensed and insured in the state of Florida. This protects you from liability and ensures they meet minimum standards. Check references. Don't be afraid to ask for references from past clients. A reputable contractor will be happy to provide them. Get it in writing. Always get a written contract that outlines the scope of work, payment schedule, and any warranties offered. Section 9. Doing your homework: verifying contractor credentials. Before you hand over a single dollar, do your due diligence and verify your contractor's credentials. License lookup. The Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation, or DBPR, has a website where you can look up licensed contractors. Insurance verification. Ask for proof of insurance and make sure it is current. Online resources. Websites like the Better Business Bureau and Angie's List can provide reviews and ratings from previous customers. Section 10. Tying up loose ends, closing your permit. Once your project is complete, it's time to close out your permit. This is the final step in the process. Final inspection. Schedule a final inspection with the building department. They will verify that all work has been completed according to code. Certificate of occupancy. If everything checks out, you'll receive a certificate of occupancy, or CO, which means your project is officially complete. Keep records. Keep all permits, inspections reports, and other documentation related to your project in a safe place. You never know when you might need them. Section 11. Stay informed, stay safe. Keeping up with code changes. Building codes are constantly evolving to reflect the latest safety standards and building techniques. It's your responsibility to stay informed. Check for updates. Before you start any project, check with your local building department to make sure you have the most up-to-date codes. Online resources. Many building departments have websites with information on code changes and permit requirements. Stay informed. By staying informed about the latest building codes, you can ensure your project is safe, compliant, and built to last.